Good evening and welcome to coverage of the final of the China Open between Nikos Gerelis and Mushtaq Hamed. The score is 8-3. It's the first to 11. So this could be moving into an interesting part of the match. Obviously Nikos needs 3 frames. And Mushtaq needs 8. So the onus is on Mushtaq to bring the game back to some kind of balance if he can. Nikos, quite a composed player. Excuse me. Yeah, quite a composed player. Very measured. Takes his time. I think an element of that is his internet connection. But I don't think he's a really fast player. I think it's quite obvious that he kind of plays his shots very carefully and concentrates on the shot when needed, and that's done him very well. He's able to pick up points and make good breaks, and can be frustrating for the opponent. But overall, we have to say that Nikos Gerelis has turned out to be a very formidable opponent, and he's one right at the top. In fact, I would probably put him. I'd probably put in third after Erman Eriksson and Jasper Kuzman at this moment in time. There's still going to be a bit more time to think about it, but he is third favourite currently at the moment in the World Championship that's coming up next week at some point. A week on Monday. Behind Eriksson and Kuzman. Obviously, that is pre-entry, depending on who enters. Gerelis back on the table. 28 points behind at the moment. And Mushtaq, as a player, is also near the top. He's shown that he also can play snooker, and he's you never know. It's not guaranteed that you can win a match versus him. Missed there by Gerelis. Mushtaq, nice pot, and it has the table. There's a choice of colours. The blue for me seems to be the obvious one in order to continue with the break and possibly try and disturb those reds that are just lying there. Oh, and where's the red going out? That's a good shot. That's turned out okay. That red into the bottom left seems to go. So he's looking at the one below the pack, but the one just left of the pink spot mustn't go. Has he looked at it? So the one left, right to the left of the pink spot, he's looking at it now. Perhaps he was just looking at his other options first, and that was the main one. So he's going to screw back here for pink or the blue, just to avoid not putting the white into the middle, top middle. And he screwed back. The pace was a bit too much though. Didn't need that much pace. Good shot on the black there. And this is a good start for this session, session 2 of the final of the OSC10 China Open. Blue now, he wants to try and screw this back. I think the only red available is the red separate from those at cluster. Oh no, he's got the red in the top left. That's near the pink. And that was a 48-point lead. This is a good cushion. Makes him favourite for the frame now. Can he see the black? He's going for it. He's not changed his direction, so he must be on the black. And this is good stuff by Mushtaq. Needs a good session here. Whether it'll go to the end or not will obviously depend on how many Nikos wins. They played 10 frames in their session last night. And if they're up for that, if they have the same constitution this evening, then we could be seeing a finish to this match. Of course, players can play when they want now. And the guideline is to play at least 6 frames in a session. And this is frame 2 of tonight's session. 8-3 to Nikos Jolas. And Nikos on the table has 4 reds left. 59 points on the table, possibly. It will be 58 if he goes for this pink. So he's just on the boundary. He needs to pot pinks or blacks with these remaining 4 reds, mainly blacks. To be fair, I think there's a chance he might need a snooker if he continues on at least 2 pinks, but that will come to fruition shortly as he continues with this break. And this will be a blow to Mushtaq if he loses his frame. But Nikos is quite capable of causing some damage in this position. The reds are relatively in easy positions. As black now, he needs to get the white below the pink somewhere to have an option of potting that red, or to screw back into the reds and try and disturb them. So this is a shot. This is an important shot here. That's why he's taking his time. Wants to make sure he gets the angle right so the pot goes in, but also he determines the correct shot power. And he decided to just screw back and not disturb the reds. He's going to go for the red into the top right or the middle. Red above those two reds. Or you could go for the bottom red into the bottom middle. So we'll have to just wait and see what he's going for. It looks as though it's the top red though for me. It was, but he's missed it and he's left the red on. So I think Mushtaq may be able to finish his frame off now. Can he make it 8-4? I think the answer to that is yes. Just this red and the colour will finish the frame off. So Mushtaq Hamid takes this frame and the first two frames of this session. So it's 8-4. And he just plays red askew there to finish the frame and get on with the next one. So 8-4 to Nikos. The difference now is 4 frames. First to 11 in this China Open OSC10 group. Frame 3 of this session. Frame 13 of a possible 21. With Nikos to break. And I don't know whether Nikos is slightly being slightly complacent in this early stages of this session. He certainly has the capability to win anyone in the OSC world. He has only just won the OSC China Open in OSC7. Let's have a quick look at that. I'll come back to that in a moment. They're just playing safety here. And now, obviously, the standard as it is, there's not really a point in the frame where you can relax. Every shot now is relevant in terms of if you allow your opponent in with any kind of semblance of a chance, then it is possible that you could go behind by a significant amount of points. And I think a key tactic or a key awareness of players these days is the need to get a good break in points to allow to be able to go into the end game. So good 40-50 break. I would say late 40s into the 50s. You become a strong favourite for the frame. And let's just have a quick look here. Yes, at the top of your screen there, you see the live draw for the World Championship. That's on Sunday the 17th. And then the next one down is this match. It's not been changed yet, but if you go down below, you can see that Mushak's last game, he beat Chris Stevens 10-1 in the semi-final, and then he beat Jamie Anderson 4-1 in the third place playoff for the China Open. And so he has a good record. So he's no slouch. This is regardless of the lead that Nikos played last night, which was a great session for him, coming out 8-2 in that session. Mushtaq has now been woken up, so to speak, I would say, and knows what he has to do. And there's just a question there on a foul which we missed. Unfortunately, we were looking at the scores, so I might just have to go and check that. I'll quickly check that if I can. So just looking on a separate screen, just going back a little bit. So just looking on a separate. Of course, we weren't watching though, were we? So anyway, they've sorted that one out, it seems. No points scored yet. Foul there by Nikos, but nothing really left on. Mushtaq has the table, and that's an important aspect. Control of the table, control of what's happening, and control of your opponent is very important. Making sure they don't have any kind of clear-cut chances or ability to put you in a difficult position. So the aim here for Nikos is to make the next shot for Mushtak as difficult as possible, and you can also try shot to nothing and try and get a pot in as well, but the aim was to get that white behind the blue and the yellow, or the brown and the green, or tight on that cushion. I would be interested to know what that foul was, or that question of foul. That's something for another day. So both players have accepted and moved on. That's a good shot by Mushtak. Has left a difficult shot for Jonas. Only has one option, one red, and he's got to clip this at the right thickness or thinness, and he's got to hit it quite thin. Try and get it round the table and back behind the blue or the yellow. And he's hit it a bit too thick, which didn't give the white leverage to go right behind the blue, and now Mushtak has a chance. So straight red into the top left here. Just a soft hit. You'll be on the black automatically and the pink, possibly. But black definitely, so just need to concentrate on the pot here. Eight-4 in frames for Nikos at the moment. Both players are, and Mushtak's run out of time. So ideally the gentlemanly thing to do is to pass it back to Mushtak, which he has. That is a gentlemanly thing to do. I think in general, if it's a one-off, then that is the way to go. If a player is continuously running out of time, then I think that's where the boundaries start to relax a bit, and a player and Nikos is asking if Mushtak's here. Has Mushtak frozen? And it looks as though he has, as he's sent a message into yes, he's confirmed there that he's frozen. So it looks like we're going to have to restart the frame. I prepare for this next frame. The question is, did Mushtaq come out of that table? Obviously, his connection lost, but it seemed that he was still on the screen and hadn't refreshed. So with hopefully we can get started shortly. And they're just they're taking a little bit of time, but they should be starting very shortly. So we seem to be back and moving. 8-4 in frames to Nikos Georgis. Mushtaq, nice safety shot there, tight on the cushion, or relatively tight. Nikos here can clip that red at the bottom of that pack. Come back down the table possibly. That would be the shot I would go for. But it looks as though he's looking at the top of that pack cluster. No, and he's missed it. Just highlighting the need to press something into the table chat. We just use the term F for foul. If a player fouls on the table, this just refreshes the player on the table, because if there's a foul, then the application that they're playing on resets itself or has to make a decision. And we've found from experience that that is a point in time where a player with a slow internet connection or an interrupted connection at the same time can maybe force it to freeze. So just always keeping in touch with the table chat is important in stopping any freezing. No, he's got the red. He has got a red there, but it's aiming away at the black. And he's not looking at that. He's got the red here into the middle, but no real colour. I have to move up to the bulk colours. Missed there by Mushtaq. And he's let him Nikos here. Good chance. That's a bad miss. Perhaps he's trying to play safe. Didn't quite catch that shot, so I'll have to look back on that. I would have to look back on that just to see what actually happened there. But in any case, Nikos is on the table. Bit of an awkward position here. Yes, it's taken the white away from the black, and now he's got to play away from the pocket. Makes it a lot more difficult. It's a good angle to move into the reds though, but it's very risky. So we'll have to be careful. He's got it. It's a good shot. Very good shot. There's the red into the middle now. Both sides. I think he might have an angle here to screw back for the black. Otherwise it's going back up to the bulk area. The pink is not available at the moment. He's got to judge the power of the shot right here with the screw. And to get it in tandem with the black. And it's gone a bit too far. And again, he's facing away from the pocket. Top left. And he's got to do another shot like before on the black. He seems quite confident, so if he pots this, the white will go right into the reds and open them up, and it will give Nikos a lot of confidence, and he's missed it. So that bad position there caused the unforced error, or the unforced error itself in not getting the right shot power in order to get on position for the black has caused a mistake and has let in his opponent Mushtaq Ahmed from Pakistan. (16) break as options. This red is an easy pot, but it's the position here that is the most important thing. Lots of top, move on, or relative amounts of top to move up for the green or yellow or brown or blue. No, that's interesting. He decided not to. Perhaps he was a bit too straight on the red, and if he'd put top in it, the white would have followed through into the pocket. So he's just had to play it softly and go for this more difficult long green. Well, pots it nicely, but it's not got enough pace on the white, so he's out of position here, and I think it's end of break. But Mushtaq has a 23-point lead here, 24-point lead. It's always useful. Seven reds on the table. Plenty of points on the table still. I think he's just going to rest the white near the top left-hand pocket. That's quite a good shot. It's tight on the pocket. Any red that might be available will be more difficult while on this cushion, black cushion. I think there is a red that might be possible into the bottom middle. No, he's looked. He's had another look. Doesn't like the look of that, so he's got to try and work out a way of getting safe here. He's having a good look at the angle into the middle, bottom middle. He's possibly looking at well, run out of time there, and Mushtaq has put him back. I'm just thinking, is he looking at a plant here? I think he is. He's looking at a plant. The red to the right of the black onto that loose red at the bottom of that cluster into the bottom middle. He's gone for it. What a shot! What a shot! And that just shows you the acumen of Nikos Gerlaios from Greece, the type of shots he can come up with, and that basically can be a frame winner, those types of shots. The ability to see it, look at it, examine it, observe it, judge it, and then execute it. Although he's run out of position here, but end of break though now. That kind of all comes in when you lose position, perhaps he got carried away with himself, but he didn't take advantage of that great shot. And he's just played it safe. But that's a nice shot as well against the cushion. So back into a safety situation now. Both players looking for a way back into the table. And in order to do that, it's putting their opponent in a difficult position. So at the moment, they're just keeping the white safe. Opportunity here for Mushtaq to put Nikos in a little bit more difficulty. He could clip that red at the top of that pack and send the white towards the blue and cannon off the blue and snooker behind the brown. Those two reds at the bottom left. And the other reds in that pack are not of any concern to Mushtaq at the moment. That's a great shot. That's didn't hit the black blue, but that was the same idea. But has he left red here? No, it doesn't look like it. Nikos looked at that red at the bottom left, but the brown is just covering it. Maybe he can clip it. Doesn't like the look of the reds near the pink spot. Where's that red going? Well, Mushtaq has let Nikos in here. That was slightly short for Nikos, but he has the pink. But he's got to put some power on this, I think, and a little bit of stun to be on for the red below the black. And that's why he's taking the black on, because the position for the next red after this pink doesn't have a natural angle. So he's going to have to make an angle. He could maybe take the white down around the table and back up. But he's played it as soft as possible, so he does have that angle on the red below the black, and he's got the red near the pink. So good shot. That was hit too hard. The white would have been way off, and the next red would have been a lot more difficult. So Nikos has the table now. What can he do with it? Pink into the top left. Follow through with the white for the red below into the bottom corner, sorry. And has the black or the pink to choose from to get position on these three reds along this bottom left-hand cushion. Just leaving the white where it is will suffice. And then the pink into the top middle and a stun the white along down to this bottom left-hand cushion. He's going for the black though. Screw the white for a tricky red into the middle. But depending on the angle, I think he's got it might be a bit straight though. But it does seem to have a little bit of an angle, so the pink with lots of stun and bring the white vertically down. But he decided to pot the black and screw back into the reds. That's a great shot. So already you can see, if you've not been following Nikos's journey in OSC, you can see that he's a player who knows his snooker, knows the angles, knows how to break build. And this is why he has already, after such a short period of time in OSC, he's a champion. He's already won at least one title. We can have a look at his record in a moment. That didn't go too well though. Only 7 points in it. There's a long pink here now. Is he going to go for it or is he going to play safe? He's gone for the pink and he's missed it. So Nikos Gerolis misses the pink on the top left, and now Mushtaq has the table. And this is a great opportunity for Mushtaq to put a lot more pressure onto Nikos. If he can win the frame from here, it will be 8-5, 3 frames on the trot. And will be a great psychological win for Mushtaq. But Still a lot to do. Has a good angle here in the black to screw back and onto this bottom left-hand cushion, and which he has done, and that's a great shot. Now, decision here: will he take the black, or will he screw up for the one of the colours in the bulk area in order to prepare himself for the yellow and the remaining colours? No, he's gone for the black. Has a good angle here though, just to put a little bit of top on and send the white along the blue spot spine of the table, and that's what he's done. So this is a important shot here. He needs to get on the green. Doesn't want. He could maybe cannon onto the blue. No, he's cannon onto the pink, and has that been advantageous? It has. A little bit of luck there, but he's in prime position to take this frame. Is Mushtaq Ahmed and make it 8-5. Green goes in, brown in the middle, easy brown in the middle. Easy position onto the blue. Easy position onto the pink, and that's all he will need. In fact, I think the blue would be needed only. Certainly to leave Nikos leading snookers, so this blue will put the man from Pakistan. He's got it. So, frame 13. Mr. Mushtaq Ahmed. So it's now 8-5. Was 8-2, now 8-5. That won't matter. That foul into the pocket on the black. So you're watching the final of the China Open for the OSC 10 o'clock group series. The score is 8-5 for Nikos Gervais. His opponent, Mushtaq Ahmed, has won the last 3 frames. Has won all the frames in this Friday session. This is a good comeback from Mushtaq, and it shows a lot of guile. And this will do him well. He'll do his confidence well, showing that he can win successive frames and put pressure on a player such as Nikos Gervais, who was and is the favourite still to win this match. But the odds will have significantly gone down now. Good shot there into the top right. Angle for the black is not great, so he might have to just play a shot to nothing here. Play safe. I'm just going to refresh after this shot. He's gone for the double. He's not got it, so I'm just going to refresh here. Just to make the watching experience pretty smooth. And while we're on the early stages of this frame, I'm just going to have a quick look at some stats. I'll be doing that shortly. Sorry, away for a moment there. As we see, 14 points to 1 for Nikos. Got a break of 14. Good shot. Opens a few reds up. Disturbs those reds, gives him more options potentially. Got an angle here to move into the reds even more. But I think he'll just do it in a soft way and just rest the white or cannon the white onto the reds. No, he's decided to screw and go up for the red on the top left, it seems, or the red for the bottom middle. 25 points, 26 points now to 2. Black into the top left. We'll have natural position on the red closest to the top left hand cushion. No. Wow. They hit it quite hard there. If that was part of the reason why he missed that. Usually if you hit it harder or put any kind of effect on the cue ball or adjustment or control, and it makes the shot a little bit more difficult, puts the risk higher. But Mushtaq has a chance here. Oh, that's not turned out too well. No position. He's going to have to play safe here, unfortunately, unless he's going to go for a wild shot on the pink. There's the difficulty here because he doesn't really have an angle to go down. He's probably just going to put a bit of side on here and try and take the white off the cushion there. He did a bit too hard. He actually went for the pot. Wow. He went for the pot, and that would not be a shot I would be recommending if I was in Mushtaq's team, because look at the consequences of that shot. A shot which was very high risk of missing the pink into the bottom right, and now he's left a chance for Nikos. As funny temporal, joins the table and pops out again. Raphael Hagen is with us, has joined us. Final of the China Open, OSC10. First to 11 wins the match, wins the title. And we're on frame 14 now of 21. Potential 21. As Nikos tries to negotiate a break here, given to him by Ahmed with that very carefree shot on the pink. So Nikos decides to play safe here and not leave anything on, apart from the red that's close onto the black and is not potable. Very good shot by Mushtaq there, snookering Nikos on almost all balls. I think he might be able to clip this red. He could try shot for nothing here actually though. And attempting the pot, he's going to send the white safe, or hopefully safe. Saying that, there's a red over the top left-hand pocket, so it's going to be very difficult to get it safe. And he's clipped the black. He's clipped the black, so foul 7 points. And does he have an angle for the red? He doesn't, so slightly lucky there for Jerelis. In that he didn't leave anything on, but that was too easy. But there was a red on for Mushtaq into the top left. Other than the one that was the obvious one, but now has the black. Has the yellow, of course. The yellow would give him a bit more control. He's going for the more difficult black. Does need the points, but it's more important is to stay on the table. But the black should be potted here. There he goes in. Good shot. Now, has he got access to the bottom left-hand pocket for this red? If he hasn't, that will be a slight mistake there from Mushtaq, but he's looking at it. It seems as though it just might squeeze through. It does. He pots it, and what a great positional shot as well. Good positional shot on the black or the pink. This is good stuff. So, great opportunity here for Mushtaq. Put some points on the table and to ask some to force Nikos to start asking some questions and thinking about it and working a bit harder. Red into the bottom middle after this pink. That will be his goal. Slightly bit short there. And follow through for the pink into the bottom left after this red. Bit of stun if he has some. He's tight on the cushion, but no, he's decided just to play it soft and go for the pink into the bottom right. Good shot. Just has to be careful he gets enough screw back so he's on position for this final red. That's good. Anticipated the bounce off the left-hand cushion in positioning that red, or positioning for that red. It's a good sign. That is knows his snooker, knows the table. So could this be the fourth frame on the trot for Mushtaq Hamid in this session and bring it to 2-frame difference in this match? (47-27) points now, so 20 points difference. 27 on the table. Needs the green to leave Nikos needing snookers. It's not an easy shot this though, the bottom right hand pocket. It's notorious. He's missed it. And where's that green going to land? This could be a disaster for Mushtaq. Look at that. And he's left it right over the pocket. Well, well, well. And that's the thing with snooker. Just one shot can completely change the whole scenario. And just going back to that shot, I would have recommended he play it very soft, because usually if it jars in the pockets, that the green, he's taking that green in the bottom right, if it jars in the pockets, it's more likely to go safe. But he hit it hard, which again makes the shot more difficult. He's playing at a blind pocket in that you don't see the full hole or the full pocket. So Mushtaq can only hope that Nikos will miss or make some kind of mistake here, because he's basically just given the frame to Nikos as he goes for the blue here. Bit of top. Mandatory shots that a player who's looking to make some leeway in a tournament would automatically know how to do. So barring any kind of freak mistake by Nikos, he should take his first frame of this session, and instead of it being 8-6 and 2-frame difference, it looks as though it's going to be 9-5 with a 4-frame difference, and that psychologically can impact on both players in positive and negative ways. And the mental aspect of snooker is extremely important. So Nikos pots the pink and just this black to take frame 14 and take a 4-frame lead after such a great attempt by Mushtaq to give him the chance to win that frame. So Nikos Jolis wins frame 14. Right, frame, yes, frame 14, and he's now 9-5 ahead. It seems as though Mohammed is going to have a break here for Ramadan, and they'll be back later on at 11:30. The time now is what? It's 10 o'clock, 4 minutes past 10. So in 90 minutes they'll be back, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you that and see if this final will be completed this evening. Well played to both players, and we'll see you soon.